For most folks who may or may not know, I'm actually not like a martial artist or a martial arts master. I think I took on martial arts to have a greater understanding of myself, my relationship with fear, my understanding of power, and my ability to be aware beyond what is obvious, right? Or what is presented. And so in that journey, around 2001, I discovered Qigong. At the time, I was in my 20s. It was shared with me, some of the basic movements. And in that process, I had a teacher who had already developed their Qi, where they had capacity to help me find my own with presence, right? Which is actually a very challenging skill to develop. But back then, I really didn't take to it because it wasn't that sort of, once again, obvious thing where, with Taekwondo, with Filipino martial arts, you can actually see visually the results, right? The sharper your angle, the stronger your punch, right? It's very clear there. With Qigong, it eluded me for a while. But around 2010, maybe 11, I had this car accident.
I'm sorry.
And say again?
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was you know what, I shouldn't say it was cool. It was tough. It was really tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough if your entire life is based on your ability to sequence words and formulate thought, to then have a neurologist tell you they're not sure to what capacity you will come back, right? Because every brain being unique, right? So during that time, we were still trying to figure out what we were gonna do with my neck, we get surgery or not, how to rebuild access to my right side physically, and not meaning the ability to move, but having really developed movement ability, having the right be able to match the left, right? And so in that process, we went into other types of therapy. So many different things that are not quote unquote traditional Western, so to speak. And one of those was Qigong. And I revisited Qigong and the basic movements, and of course I was still frustrated in my mind at the time because my body and my mind wasn't responding to me the way I knew. And that's a terrifying thing because you don't know when it will get better. But the thing I appreciated about Qigong was that as part of my different therapy and development and healing, it gave me this consistent morning experience that allowed me to check in with myself. And when your nerves are flaring up and you can't figure out sound that well because your brain isn't processing sound and light properly, something that allows you to listen, to sort of calm and gather all that stimuli that is occurring around you really helped me. Because in the world that I live in, right, I live in Los Angeles, it is noises, it is loud. There is noise right now in this canyon. We are in a beautiful mountain canyon, and there are cars and trucks and saws. And when you've suffered brain trauma, all of that becomes pain. All of that becomes challenge. And so Qigong, through the breathing, through listening, through the stillness, gave me the ability to start shedding that type of overstimulation. It allowed me to circulate my energy to sort of help calm my nervous system. Now, to what degree it contributed to that, because I believe that no one thing is absolute. So even with my journey with Qigong, I try my best not to rely on Qigong as the everything, but rather as part of a pathway. So when you do this, or for myself in my experience, when you do this every morning, for months, for years, over time it starts to shape the way I process my life. It shapes the way I frame my life. It expands the things I'm willing to do for my health and my care, and it gives me conviction to understand my boundaries. Like, yes, Qigong helps you develop a sense of strength and power, but also an awareness of the limits of your body to protect yourself, right? To protect yourself from going beyond and hurting yourself, to protect yourself from overthinking yourself into a tragic choice. So, and I know in this world there's a lot of ways that people choose to heal, choose to develop, choose to process. And I know that those are different for everyone else, but I would say for myself, I find that there was a time in my life where I couldn't do a lot of things that I used to do, and Qigong really helped me bring myself back online and develop the pathway back to doing those things, right? It was my meditation, it was my awareness, and it was a really important gift to be able to listen in a world that teaches you to only react. The thing for me in this is, I don't really know these individuals, but I know they come from a cultural, generational thing that is over 1,000 years old, that my parents' parents come from. And in that reality, growing up in America, I've spent my adult life trying to find my way back to the parts of myself I denied. I try to find my way back to allowing all of me to be possible, not just the part of me that wants to belong in America. To understand that my story is bigger than being born here. It's actually the thousands of years that built into my ability to be who I am, right? And so my participation in this is in hopes that others who want to expand their relationship to culture, who want to understand a connection that they may have lost or denied in the past, find their way and let this be a path. Well, I am a novice, so I look very much forward to learning from a grandmaster and learning in the authentic way that has been passed down. I really look forward to that. So, because I have much to learn. I've done this for over a decade, and I feel like I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg.